This is episode 6 of We Could Be Wrong, the Two Stupid Dogs of Podcasts. I'm Eli, and the other guy is Bret.
Follow at your dreams.
This dick ain't free!
Nice. I know that song. It's from a black man.
Yeah. Great start, Bret. I know black people.
I know black people. I'm Cuban, so that's close enough.
Cuban, that's close. The For Free music video came out this day.
Oh, a year ago?
No, today.
Today?
Yeah, For Free.
It's kind of late. Kind of late. I feel like he missed putting out the song and then putting out the music video. I feel like he waited a little too long.
The album came out like what, March?
I thought the album came out like last March.
Last March. That's what I said. It came out.
No, not this year's March. Last year's March.
No, it came out. This album came out this year.
Who's on first?
It's not even like, that's not the kind of situation now. You're just getting something wrong. It's like, I know what we're talking about. Do you know what I'm talking about? No, you're getting it wrong. Who's on first? My favorite variation of that routine is The Simpsons, where Superintendent Chalmers and Principal Skinner were doing the skit well, Skinner, let me ask you, who's on first? And Skinner's like, yes, the name of the first baseman, not the question.
Welcome to We Could Be Wrong, the podcast where we talk about funnier people. This week, I got a tweet from Gray Carter.
From Jesus.
Basically.
Yeah. He has a Gengar avatar, so therefore he's better than all of us.
God, he put out a tweet a few weeks ago that I feel like everyone should be putting out there, where he's just like, I don't get why people are so mad about... I don't get why people keep saying white people shouldn't be allowed to make decisions about diversity and change. I mean, we've been in charge of that for hundreds of years. I'm pretty sure we're good at it now.
Oh, it's fucked up, but it's funny. It's like, I love those types of jokes where it's like, yeah, it's kind of fucked up, but it's actually clever.
So he put out this tweet a few nights ago, just being like, hey, anyone have that, there's a bunch of different variations of Spider-Man. Are there any cool ones? And I'm like, oh, well, there's Miles Morales. And he never answered that. And I'm like, well, there's also Silk, who's like this female Spider-Man, but doesn't suck like Spider-Woman does. And he actually tweeted me back. He was like, hey, the suit's kind of cool, but she has hair dangling out the back. Wouldn't that just get caught in things when she fights? And I'm like sitting at my computer think of something funny.
I love your penis.
Interesting. And then I'm just like, ha, I'm sure there's some kind of thing where spiders can't get stuck in their own web. Ha, 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 ha. It's just that's going up to bat in Yankee Stadium and just shitting your pants. Well, you're getting ready to swing, and you just have to walk off in shame. Because then,
but at the end of the day, you're still getting $1 million.
Okay, then this is you're fucking one of the Mets. Okay, fine. You're getting only $20. I had that kind of Seinfeld reaction where 20 minutes later, there's an episode of Seinfeld where George can't think of a comeback, and then as he's getting off the plane coming home from that business meeting, he realizes a better comeback, and he gets back on the plane to fly back to the place. And that's kind of how I felt, because I came up with a better joke an hour later, and I was like, should I get back on the plane?
I think in Twitter it will work better but you open your goddamn mouth, so it didn't work anyway.
Yeah, no, if I didn't open my gut, I was like, oh, you should call him, what's her name? Ida, whatever her name is, from The Incredibles. Just leave him a picture of that. And then I was like, oh, fuck it.
No gapes!
No gapes! I don't know why I went soup Nazi for that one, but I guess it's Seinfeld.
No gapes for you!
So, Eli, what have you been up to this week? What hippity hop music do you want to talk about that I've never heard of?
Hip hop hippie, hip to the hip hop and don't stop. Oh, the bang bang boogie, the boogie.
That's the kind of music I like from black people. Don't you hear the non-threatening kind.
Non-threatening kind. I remember a while ago. Speaking of white people being threatened by black people, no, I know you're not white, but I remember when Fox News got upset when Kendrick Lamar sang that song from the BET Awards.
What song was that?
He was thinking All Right, and they were taking a lyric out of context where it's like, we hate the po-po for show, and my knees getting weak, and my gun in my blood, but we gonna be all right. It was just a bunch of these Fox guys and women, sorry, gotta be PC and all that. It's just, these people were just saying like, oh, I don't like that at all. I don't like that one lyric out of the context of the entire song at all. I don't think that's a great way to respond to police brutality, guys. Come on. It just came across, and I think Geraldo Rivera said something along the lines of...
Geraldo.
It's like...
Geraldo.
Rivera. Geraldo Rivera. He said something along the lines of that rap is the worst, is worse than rap is worse than racism for black people.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, that was, really?
Well, white people, we've done so much work for the past 100 years. We deserve to get to.
No, it's one of those things where I'm not really. I was thinking about my reaction to this. Like back in high school, I would have been furious at this. It would have been like I remember back around when I was in high school.
Weren't you mad about baggy pants in high school?
No,
I thought you said you didn't like baggy pants.
That wasn't me. Great. So
okay, great.
No, back in high school, I would have been more upset about it because there was a group of people who would come talk about Fox News rants all the time, and they would complain about things like video games. Why do you... and nowadays I just look back and think, well, that's stupid. Let's move on. It's not even worth getting angry at. It's one of those things where it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't know where to go from here.
Where you can go is to the fucking garbage, you garbage man.
Great start.
Great start to the podcast that we did not prepare for. It's weird. This week, it was I tried this morning. I'm like, what are some things we can talk about? And then it's when you're uploading a video to YouTube and it's just rendering for 24 hours, and then it comes back to you and it's just yeah, this fucked up. There's nothing. There's just a white screen. I'm like, yep, that's basically my prep time for this all put together.
Did you go back to a time machine when 2006 when this kind of thing happened all the time on YouTube? Or did you just have shitty Wi-Fi?
Fuck you. That's what I have. I have a big old box of fuck you.
Get the fuck yous here! Big old box of fuck yous or not their kids. Come on, fuck yous!
2 for $1. 2 fuck yous for $1.
Ah!
I love that. Oh, fuck. I don't know if I talked about that last week. Or... It's weird. Now I'm I don't want to make a joke if I made it last week, which was about the bitch woman thing where
Bitch woman!
Bitch woman was a dog, and I didn't.
Yeah, you made that joke before.
Damn it!
Great, good job.
All right,
everybody.
Great. We're going in.
I know why we got that negative vote down in our last podcast. I know why now.
I was
high quality bullshit.
I love how I was I wonder why we got that negative vote last week. Did we say something? And then I'm just
no, we just talked. That's it. We just talked.
And then we're just sitting here and we're yeah, so, what about this thing we talked about last week? I guess it's kind of the same as we talked about it last week. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You fucking wrote in the show notes for what we should talk about. I got nothing. Eli.
I got nothing, Eli. Yeah, I do have nothing. Let's just bullshit all the time. Let's go back to the this stick ain't free shit. Did you see the music video?
I didn't see the music video.
Would you want me to describe the music video to you?
Okay.
Alright, so...
I was debating making a racist joke. I was let me guess, he has a bunch of guns and he's walking around his neighborhood. But then I was that's not as funny as I'd want it to be. But I made the joke anyways. But I added in that extra little line at the end to have a self-defense mechanism.
Okay. So, the music video is... I only saw it once. Let me try to describe it the best I can. So a guy's out the window singing, playing on the saxophone and there's the whole band there, and Kendrick Lamar's in the center, and a guy has an Uncle Sam costume on, and a woman is over there. She's dressed all cool.
Does everyone still hate Lupe Fiasco?
I guess. So The music video is like this woman, she's like on the phone talking to Kendrick, and she's like, yeah, you stupid, I hate you, you gotta get money, you gotta, like, work hard for it, my other boyfriend is on, you off, I'm gonna get my uncle on you, you're so stupid, I hate your stupid hair, and then, like, Kendrick Lamar, he comes out of nowhere, he's like, this dick ain't free, and then she runs away, and she's in the bathroom right now, and taking a tub, and he comes in, like, in a robe, and he flashes her, and he goes, this dick ain't free, and then she goes, like, down to the basement, and there's a whole band going, and then Kendrick Lamar pops out of the cell, like, this dick ain't free, and then she's running down the hallway, and then this guy, dressed as Uncle Sam, who comes around walking all over the place, and then she finally catches Uncle Sam. It's just Kendrick Lamar in the Uncle Sam costume. And he's like, this dick ain't free. And then the part where he raps really fast at the end, and he goes, this dick ain't free. And then she's like, I'm gonna get my Uncle Sam on you. And she goes outside, and there's a bunch of Kendrick Lamar clones. Everyone in the world is Kendrick Lamar. And then all the Kendrick Lamar clones surround Shinji Ikari, and they all clap and say congratulations. And the camera pans to each and every one of them. Congratulations, 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 congratulations. And it was too deep for you to understand, Bret.
So how much of that was the real music video?
Like 90% of it.
Okay. Because, like, you were describing it, and it's like, yeah, so she's trying to run away from him, but he's just like, this ain't free. It's like, oh, this is my favorite Nightmare on 3rd Street, like, movie.
This is my favorite Home Alone
Nightmare on Elm Street. I say Nightmare on 3rd Street.
This is my favorite Miracle on Elm Street movie.
Fuck you. I was going to say they're Nightmare on 32nd Street. Mara Wilson in Nightmare on 32nd Street.
Well, it's like I rest my head on 1/15th, but miracles only happen on 34th. So I guess life is mean, and death is the medium, and purgatory is the mode that we settle in. That's from Cannibal Ox, Iron Galaxy, one of my favorite albums.
Okay, you know what I like?
What?
Segue. I like video games.
You told me you wanted to hear about hip hop.
No, I didn't. I said I wanted to hear about something to slowly make the crawl towards my inevitable death.
You know, it's funny because like Iron Galaxy actually came from that song. I first heard it from Tony Hawk Underground, which is a video game. Go on.
So this week is SGDQ, Summer Games Done Quick, which is a really cool charity fundraiser thing where basically people are trying to raise money for charity by speedrunning video games. And what's really cool about SGDQ is that I've shown you a couple of videos. We talked about this we didn't talk about this last week. We were supposed to. The video of Caveman JP, I think his name is, speedrunning some game I'd never heard of until you're like, Bret, that's a classic PS1 platformer. Tumba 2.
Yeah, Tumba 2, Lost in New York.
So Caveman JP
Tumba 2, Miracle on Elm Street.
Is speedrunning, and this guy named Chibi, I think. Chibi is hanging out with him.
That's the green sweatshirt guy, right?
Yes, that's Green Sweatshirt Man.
Can we call him Green Sweatshirt Man as opposed to Chibi? Because I keep thinking of like, a Chibi.
Green Sweatshirt Man. Mm-hmm. He was bitten by a radioactive green sweatshirt.
Green Sweatshirt Man, does whatever a green sweatshirt man can.
I'm imagining more of the 90s Spider-Man.
Sweatshirt Man. Radioactive sweatshirt man.
You know, one of the Rolling Stones fucking made that Spider-Man theme. It's just the weirdest.
Green sweatshirt man. Green
Sweatshirt Man's just being annoying.
Like me.
But then Caveman JP, if I'm getting his name wrong, which I probably am, he's just like, oh my god, the thing he just says at the end, it was just like, it's kind of just like someone who's like doesn't have that much self-confidence and is just, or not self-confidence, I don't want to sound like a dick by being like, this guy has no social skills.
This guy is stupid.
But he's just like, I want you to be quiet.
No, he
then,
felt like
just turn.
I think he said like, could you please be quiet? I really.
No, he's like, I would prefer if you just please stop talking, which is just like, I don't know. I'd probably handle it better. Like, hey man, can you just maybe chill it? But like, it's such an awkward video, and then there's another video I sent you.
The edited version was like everything went all gray and
Everything
zoomed
went gray.
in on him.
That
like,
edited version is fucking great.
just the look on his face is so beautiful. And it's like everything led up to this moment, and it just got crushed.
It's like he was at the NBA finals and and he was making the last penalty throw to like save everyone or to win the game. And he just fucking missed it by a mile. And
he was wearing hockey uniform as well.
Yeah. Callback.
Watch the other shows, please.
Watch the other shows, because I'm going to probably start promoting after this one. So, Green Sweatshirt Man, there's that. But then there's, like, this girl that, she just stops the runner while he's trying to finish this game. She stops him, and she's like, I just want to tell you a story about my dead grandmother. And it's just a little, like, it's, like, so awkward. And then, like, like, me and you were trying to find a good way to describe it. And then we eventually found, this guy who wrote a comment that was like, oh, hey, but this is really fucked up. It's kind of attention-seeking. This is really disrespectful to the runner. And, when you're at Summer Games Done Quick, you need to pay a lot of respect to the runner because he's doing a lot of work and stuff like that.
It's one of those.
And then we're like, wow, this is a really good comment. Oh, sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's like when you have something that heavy, there has to be a certain way or a certain thing in order to better like appropriate that, because it's disrespectful to like everyone around. Like, I feel like bad for her family history. I feel bad for her and for like her lost one. I just think there has to be a better way to convey that so that the runner and everyone else can have a better understanding of the situation.
Yeah. But we were talking about that, and we were like, "Oh, this comment's pretty good. It's just talking about how disrespectful that is. That's not the place." And then we're like, "This comment's." And then the last sentence is like, "Why do all women just want attention?" And we're just like, "Oh, no, you're so close."
That always bothers me whenever they have something actually well put together there, and they ended just with one little thing at the end. Just one thing ends up putting everything down the drain, and it's.
I
think I remember. I'm sorry to interrupt, but like I think I remember years ago I showed you this video of a guy talking about like about gay people, gay rights, how not to bash someone for like the way that they act or dress, and it was very well done. But at the end, when they have those videos suggesting at the end, they would have him dress up as a over the top gay stereotype,
nice
as a character. So kind of damps the rest of the whole video.
But moving on to more funny things.
Funny.
Funny. So SGDQ is going on right now, and I've been watching a lot of it, and I really love that you have such a mixed bag of different runners. Like, sometimes a runner like comes out and they're just like pretty funny. Like, there was this guy, I think his name was Big John. He just comes out and he's like funny, and he's talking about like egg rolls and how much duck sauce you need to have with all your stuff. Then there's like some other people, like the guy who speed ran Prince of Persia, where like the game kept freezing.
That doesn't count. That game's all about time. Just reverse time and fix it so he can be finished in 5 minutes.
So he spent.
I want to say something,
but the game froze, and so he had to restart all the way from the beginning, and then it happened again, and he had to go all the way back to the beginning, and he was like 20 minutes over what his expected time was. But it was like so heartfelt, and everyone was like, "You can fucking do it! Come on, bah, you can do it!" Like fucking.
Were they all the coast from Rocky? You're gonna eat lightning and crack thunder.
Lightning and shit thunder. Or is it Piss Thunder?
Who cares?
No, because
who cares? I'm just gonna say that. Who cares?
Who gives a shit? So there's like all these good runners, and I'm like, oh, this is fun. And then there's sometimes like the runner who just sits down and doesn't want to talk. Like and you're like, hey, why are you sitting in front of a crowd of that? And to be fair, most of the time it's probably they're really nervous. But then you get that one runner who's just magic, who's just
oh.
You're just like, you should never have left your house, but I'm so glad that you decided to come to SGDQ. Because this year, day one, they got the cringe factor out of the way. They put it up front like 5 hours into the first day with their fucking Crash Bandicoot 2 or Unlimited or Warped or whatever the fuck it's called. I think it was Crash Bandicoot 2 run. Where the runner was just...
I have a question. Is Cortex in the center with Big Head going, ha, ha,
ha? Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's just, I can't describe how awkward this guy was. Was
he like a real-life Mr. Plinkett?
No. Kind of. He's like...
I want to see a review of episode 1.
I don't know how to describe this, except I described it to Christina as a kid who thinks he's really funny, but he actually sucks really hard at telling jokes.
Oh, so me.
But at the same time...
I love how he didn't like you.
Well, I mean, you're not funny for different reasons.
Oh.
He tries so hard to be funny, but it's like that, like, it's like his comedy sense never got past high school levels, because he's just like, yeah, so there's like a glitch you have to do in the game to get this thing to act where I think it's like once you get these crystals, you just restart the game or kill yourself so that you go back to the main menu, or you go back to the hub world. And so he keeps killing himself to get back to the hub world every level. And every time he did that, he'd make the most painfully unfunny suicide joke possible.
Oh, wow.
He'd just be like, oh, yeah, I also want to kill myself, Crash. I want to kill myself all the time. Well, let me see if I can find more quotes.
Oh, my God. And, like, how come, like, that woman from the previous run didn't interrupt him at that moment? Like,
I know. Where is she?
Can I gotta stop, please? Like, where is she? She's like the hero that Gotham needs, not the one it deserves.
Oh, okay. This is okay. Well, a lot of these sources are pretty bad, but let me. I
love that we're doing this sources live over here for everyone to see. Here.
Oh well, no, I'm just. I found a.
No, that's just so fucked up. You have to understand your audience.
So, like, he like looks at the audience at one point, and he's like, "I could kill you all." That was one of the jokes he made.
Like,
he does these like screeches.
Okay. I think
he literally the last thing he said was, "I'm going to become a psychopath one day, and I'm going to murder you all."
Is this out of context?
At the end of his run, because they clapped when he did really poorly.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, it feels like someone who watched a lot of Bill Hicks, but didn't really understand why Bill Hicks worked. You know what I mean? Because that's what high school humor sums up to me. Like.
Also, I love that his name was Game Pro.
That's the dumbest name I ever heard. Game Pro.
No, it's actually Game Pro 01.
Oh!
Or is it Game Pro 11? Game Pro 011.
Oh. Alright. Just still, like, the game, it's like, that's his name? Yep. Like, no wonder he has some uncreative jokes.
I love,
like, his name
love that, like, one of the first things that, like, the SDGQ, SGDQ.
The FTUVWS.
One of the first things they tweeted out about this was they're like, listen, We can't tell him to stop while he's doing the run. We're gonna tell him to leave when he's done, and we're working on this issue. We hear you guys. And it was so fucking cringeworthy. It was awful.
He's like, I understand, like, Jerry and all, but, like, they couldn't, like, stop him, or...
I think they've already had this planned. They didn't. It would just be dead air otherwise. But it's just like, oh my god, it was.
Oh no.
No, it's not the event's fault. They didn't know that this guy was going to be a fucking psychopath.
Like, I don't. It's just like, like, why did he think that was a good idea?
And then, oh my god, just the jokes he made. Like, here's the thing: the jokes he made ranged from, this isn't funny because like you're trying too hard to force yourself to be funny, where he's just like, yeah, like someone would make like a joke
murder is hilarious.
Well, oh my god, and I don't know. Someone said he made a joke about a sex slave, which I never heard, so I can't confirm. No one knows who that is.
No one knows who that is. That's the thing I know.
But man, this was an awkward run. I was watching it, and he just started making these like shrieking noises halfway through. I'm like, I'm done. I'm not. I'm out.
You know,
I'm out.
That's not even appropriate for like the game. Crash doesn't make any shrieking noises. Like the worst noise that Crash makes is.
I love how you're like, okay, you know what? I could get behind the murder. And
I can't get behind
jokes,
that.
But Crash doesn't make shrieking noises.
Wow. No, I'm like, that's not even appropriate. Oh my god,
It was. Other than that, though, like the event has been great. Currently, they're almost at $700,000 raised for charity, and they still have another day to go. So that's cool.
Yeah, maybe next year, while they're playing the game, people can just throw buckets of ice water over their heads.
I'm gonna just go next year in attendance, and when if that ever happens, I'll just be like that girl in the video, be like, excuse me, I want to talk about my grandmother. She's still alive, but no, what am I talking about? Both of my grandmothers. I just want to. My grandma's dead. Died of natural causes, but I just thought everyone would rather listen to that than listen to whatever the fuck this guy's talking about.
Well, thanks for coming to my speed run, Bret. I'm gonna end up killing everybody.
Oh my god! Every time though, I think about like speedrunners and stuff. I always think about So Mega 64 made a video on speedrunning life, where they had to go to college, get married, have a kid, and then die, and they weren't allowed to commit suicide. So it was just the most fucked up thing. It was great. They were just like, they were trying to kill themselves. Like, one of them started talking shit to a biker. The other one just like started taking pills and drinking alcohol at the same time.
That's suicide, by the way.
Well, I mean, if you have addiction problems, it's not suicide.
If you're having addiction problems, I feel bad for you, son.
I got a 99 problem, but a bitch ain't one.
I got the rat control and I got control.
I got 99 problems, but a cookie ain't one. Have you ever seen that video? It's great.
No.
It's just I got 99 problems redone with the Cookie Monster. He's got 99 problems, but a cookie ain't one.
That makes me happy. I don't know why.
Alright, so...
I'm too happy today.
Moving on from a guy who wants you to die.
Oh.
Well, I mean...
We're gonna miss him.
Yeah, now that his Twitch account... Like, that's fucking weird. Like, you know, SGDQ, they normally don't care if you have, like... They always let people go with their, like, weird senses of humor. Like, one guy was, like, joking where he would, like, try to get it so that, what's her name? Samus Aran. She would always have her back to the camera, so he would always yell out, like, oh, you can see the booty in the cutscenes. Like, they don't really care about that, you know, different strokes, whatever. Different strokes isn't really a good term to use.
Well, everybody's got their special kind of story. Everybody's finding a way to shine.
But, like, you know, like, they're not really an event that's, like, you know, I don't think they're trying to make sure they're too conscious about what they're doing. And it's just like, hey, we just want to show off these people who are experts in their field of speedrunning, and we want to show them like just doing the best that they possibly can. And it's this guy who fucking just ruins that when they're just like, yeah, we're not gonna let you. We're not gonna let you.
Weird, because I was kind of looking forward to like Jeffrey Dahmer's. Wait, no, he's dead. Never mind.
Okay. So I made a joke. And I'm going to ask that if I tell you this joke and you're like, that really is fucked up, you censor me when you fucking put this out, which is... I
have a high tolerance for fucked up stuff. Go on.
I made a Twitter joke that I then deleted because I was like, it sounds kind of fucked up. Real people, this happened to real people. I was like, wow, Mr. Anime speedrun of Crash Bandicoot 2 was really great. Okay. So, do you think it was too much? Because I kind of worried it was too much.
Did you hear me laughing?
I mean, it could be too much, and you're just laughing.
Who are we gonna offend with that?
I don't know. I was like, is it okay? Because Mr. Anime really did kill people.
People were dead.
Man, what kind of like?
I just remember when people were
I love like you know like. There's a prison break in a few years, and like the Joker and Harvey Dent, and everyone's like, "Call me Two-Face, because I got two faces. Call me the Joker, because I laugh. I'm the Penguin Claw, because I'm like a bird." It's kind of fucked up. I don't know why I call myself
I'm a Scarecrow, because I really like Wizard of Oz.
And they're like, "And what's your name?" And he's just like, "They call me Mr. Anime."
And then / Suicide Squad.
Oh my! So you know how like Zack Snyder is like doing his whole like re-envisionment of the DC universe, where it's like Lex Luthor, it's kind of like Zack Zuckerberg. Do you think that they'd have like a villain eventually that's just like an online movie critic?
You can't get to 5 million friends without making a few superheroes hate you. I have a poster of the Social Network on my wall, and I was reading it off and trying to change it to fix the context.
Why do you have a Social Network poster?
I like the movie.
Yeah, I like the movie too, but I don't have a fucking poster for it.
Well, some of us have class.
Just okay. I'm glad that joke works, because I was really tweeting that joke.
I got a One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest poster as well.
I was reading that tweet, and I was just like, this kind of seems fucked up.
My problem is that it might be a bit too niche. Like, not enough people are going to get it.
Oh, no. That was the other thing. But then I was like, is it really okay? Because Mr. Anime killed, 3 people?
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3 people? Like, that's kind of fucked.
Yeah. I think like when that news came out, there was a bunch of people on YouTube making the dumbest
he can't have
videos.
Done it. I've known him on the internet. I'm like, here's the thing. I promise that when you go crazy and murder a bunch of people, when?
Excuse me? Is that what you think of me? When?
No, but I'm just trying to say, internet friends. It's like I'm not gonna go out and be like, no, Eli's a perfect saint and a gentleman. I mean, like, maybe he could have killed people. That's possible.
Anything's possible in America.
I love how you're like, I wouldn't kill people. You're like, yeah, maybe. Depends.
Hey, the night's still young. I still have my youth.
They canceled Italia. I don't really have much else to live for.
Italia, the beautiful world, has been canceled. Welp!
Time to show people my final solution. Okay, now that we're being fucking weird. Like, no, like, we're venturing into, like, the part where I'm just like, yeah, we're kind of becoming that guy at fucking SGDQ. Like, fucking, I'm gonna kill everyone when my favorite show goes off the air. I'm gonna fucking murder my parents. Why not?
Why not?
Oh my god! I need
to watch. You took away Italy from me.
Because like it was such a thing that it happened so many times. Like I've heard it so many like different things said about it that I'm just like, it's probably not as bad. And then I watch them like, oh no, it is as bad. And then like at first I just thought it was like someone trying to be funny. I'm like, oh no, it's someone trying to be a douche.
Yeah, it's like we do a whole hour of that every week.
I know, but like no, but then he's like. it's hard to describe. Like, what it's so hard to watch. I mean, first off, the kid, and he does really feel like he's a kid. He feels like he's really young, like high school age.
Green sweatshirt guy or another guy?
Another guy.
Oh, okay.
Do you think that green sweatshirt guy gets made fun of at the Justice League?
I'm pretty sure, like, after that screening, he never wears that sweatshirt. Like, never. It's like the middle of Spider-Man 2, where he's giving it up.
He's just throwing it in the trash can.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, green sweatshirt man, no more.
No more. And then he walks and he sees like a burning building.
That was the comic that they based that part of the movie on. Spider-Man, no more.
Spider-Man, no more.
I love how you like instantly went from okay, I'm fucking done with this now.
Even I'm like, okay, go on.
Yeah, no, that's it. I don't want to talk about that. It was such a weird moment in the in the marathon where it's just like
I think
they actually lost 40,000 live viewers because of that for a while.
Yeah. I feel kind of bad because, like, I'm always worried every week when I come over here if I have anything worthwhile saying or anything funny to say. And so I end up saying and, like, just stuttering all over, like, tripping all over my words because I don't really know what I want to say over there. And it's just doing something like that while playing a video game for an extended long period of time.
That's kind of what I wondered. Was it that this kid thought he was being really funny, but... I mean, was it, like, nerves of, like, he was performing in front of, like, 1,000 people, not 1,000 people live, but, like, you know, like, maybe, like, 100 or 200 people live. And then on top of that, he was streaming to 80,000 live viewers.
Whereas we get, like, 50 views a week?
Yeah, I know, which is why, like, I shouldn't give a shit, but I'm like, oh, we just made a bunch of jokes about Eli killing his family. Is that cool?
No, it's fine. It's freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. Free speech.
Free speech, y'all.
Free peach.
Free Pichus. Everybody gets a free Pichu. Just start doing Pichu plushies all over the place.
Whenever you go into Bowser's Palace, you violate his free peach.
Oh.
Get it?
I get it. Oh my god.
I'm so fucking clever and smart. You should be fucking lucky.
I get it now!
Wow, really?
No. I'm just fucking with you. I remember.
So the other thing we were talking about, like, maybe in this, like, I don't know why, but I've just been tired this week, so I've just been like, fuck the podcast. I don't want to fucking do anything.
Fuck the world. Don't ask me for shit. You gotta work hard for it.
I was writing a review based on just... I fucking played... I played this game called Magic Duels, which is a free-to-play Magic the Gathering game, which basically the only review I can give you is just go play Hearthstone. But it's just like the whole review process, because I haven't written a review since I was in like high school, where it's just like it's kind of astounding to me because it's like I'm like I feel like I'm being
I get it.
negative.
A lot of people. Yeah, no, I hear you. It's more like a lot of people. Like, they want to be a lot of negative reviews happening back in the 2000s, especially with the angry video game nerd. Except not really knowing what made the angry video game nerd tick. Or even, like, Yahtzee, for that matter. Why people like Yahtzee. A lot of people, they just seem that anger attracts a lot of views. Because a lot of people like to see anger out of video games or whatever. But it got to a point where when there's something like pure, actual... furious anger, like Movie Bob's review, like last week or so, we start to lose that. And even a lot of people complain that Movie Bob's review this week for Terminator Genesis was a bit forced on with the anger.
Yeah, and that's something I worried about, but it's like, you know, there's times when you play a game where they're just like one of the things I brought up that was bullshit was Magic the Gathering Online, or Magic Duels. Now, Magic the Gathering Online is another game. Magic Duels has a storefront where literally you can buy coins to buy booster packs, and when you go into the coin store, they're like, here's our most popular coin package, which is coincidentally the $25 coin package.
Did you just say coin incidentally?
No.
I heard coin incidentally.
Coincidentally.
Coin incidentally, yeah.
Well, whatever. But the second most expensive packaging of coins is also what they claim is the most popular. And I'm like, your game has been out for a day. Nothing is the most popular. You're fucking putting that so that everyone goes, oh, this is the most popular? Maybe I should also get this one.
Ooh, it's the most popular. Every girl in high school loves it.
And it's such a boring game. It's kind of got all of the stuff that Hearthstone made, but none of the heart behind Hearthstone that made it worthwhile. Like, Hearthstone kind of like brings up those feelings of when you were a kid and you were throwing these cards down on a table and you were playing it out in your head and having fun. Mm-hmm. And
like, I only know Yu-Gi-Oh! That's the only card game I know.
Yeah, but like when you're playing Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! And like, I remembered like playing on a bus all the time, playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards on the bus.
How do you do that?
It would be one on each seat. So, like, we'd sit across from each other on the aisles, and then we'd, like, squish to the other side, and then we'd play our cards.
Jesus, wow. I never did that. Everyone on the bus would make fun of me, so I just played with headphones alone.
Oh, no. All the kids in my school liked Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, this was also middle school. I started playing Magic in high school, because that's what the cool kids did.
Yeah. Then I started reading books in college.
That's when I started reading books, to get the pussy.
and after that, I went to more adult things, like anime.
Like hardcore Japanese pornography.
Hentai. Oh yes, Detsu no Betsu. That's my favorite anime of all time.
Tentacle Nightmare. That's really where the director hit his stride.
All my dreams are in Tentacle Nightmare. 8 out of 10.
And, like, Hearthstone kind of picks up on that, like, that joy of, like, when you're playing against your friend, because you're, like, picking up your cards and dragging them, and the cards are making little noises, like, every card has its own voice dialogue or grunting or anything. Whereas Magic the Gathering Online just has a noise for your card attacking that's, like, a sword slash, even when it's, like, one of the first cards you get is Traveling Philosopher, which is just a guy traveling with a cane.
Oh my god!
And you get,
there actually
and
is
you attack.
There actually is a hentai named Tentacle Nightmare.
Really?
Yes.
I swear to God, I just guessed.
There's one on Pornhub, and there's one from entai.org.
Okay, I'm glad you fucking decided to look this up.
I was thinking, like, is that? Let me look. Oh god, now I have to clean my history.
Yeah, I was gonna say, enjoy your browsing history from now on.
History of the world, my pet.
So, you fucking just like so, but oh my god, just everything Magic Duels does is so boring, and like I was telling you, I was like just writing down like how bored and shit I was, and like. At the end, it just came out to this point where I was like, am I being too mean? Am I being too harsh? Or does this game deserve it? And I was worried. I didn't know. Like, does it deserve it? Am I being too harsh? What's going on here? And I think I just had to come to terms with, like, if you can't do a review because you're worried that it's going to be too harsh, then you probably have more issues going on.
I would say keep writing, because you're never going to get better if you don't, like, write.
Yes, thank you.
Critical for me, but say, like, I've had this idea for review for the longest time, and I didn't know how to word it correctly. It was a review for the anime Dramatical Murder. It was on concept. You would think it would sound cool, like gay gang members are in a fight in the city, but it's like, no, this is all boring expedition bullshit. And I just
and that's the thing. You're worried that like. You're just gonna come off as, like, a douche who's like, fucking cowabunga bullshit, dude.
Your anime is shit, your taste in anime is shit, and you should feel bad. That's another thing, is the people who want to raise themselves higher and think, like, their taste in anime is superior, where it's like, come on, guys.
You watch anime. You don't have any Even the best of it is still kind of the worst of it.
It's like...
Now let me go read comic books, because there's a new one where Spider-Man turns into a giant spider monster.
He does? Shit. That sounds cool.
No, that actually, I thought that happened in like the 90s.
Oh, I know nothing about comic books. The only kind of comic books I read are not comic things I read are web comics, the indie kind of books, the funnies, and doujins. That's it.
The only kind of comic books I read are Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, but not the normal comic book stuff.
Like Spider-Woman.
That's the weird stuff.
Ugh. You can't have a Spider-Woman.
And with that, I think we should wrap up for tonight.
It's like, where are you going to have the spider? Who's going to take care of the spider children?
She's got to go back into the spider kitchen.
She needs to go support her family while working at Spider College. Now, where are you going to post that review when you're done?
I've been debating between a Tumblr or a word blog. I don't think a word blog would be what I'd do. And then the other thing I've been wondering is maybe just putting it on my IGN, which is just like a blog site that IGN owns.
You probably should. Like, try to get... Maybe I should do this more often, too, because I have a blog post called A Daily Base, and I haven't wrote on a daily.
A daily base, where you can get a podcast every few months. Fuck you. I don't have to listen to you.
Yeah, I have a question mark at the title of the title. It's like, a daily base? It's
better than a yearly base. Follow out your dreams. Follow me at 1T Bret.
The word one. The word one.
The word one. It'll be in the picture, so who cares? Yeah.
Mine is the bass clef Eli at everything except, the ones that are stupid.
Then there's follow the woman who made this picture that we use.
Crazy-Coccolith?
Crazy-Coccolith? You'll put that in the description.
Yeah, I put it in the description. I just want to thank her for the awesome graphic that she has for our stupid podcast.
For our dumb podcast that me and her had to work on for way too long. That was a weird experience. But follow her on her Tumblr. Put up her Tumblr. You don't need to put up her Twitter. She doesn't give two shits about it.
Should I put the Tumblr on the side of it or in the description?
In the show notes. Just in the fucking show notes.
Okay, fine, Mom.
Why you gotta make this... if love is stronger than death, you're... I don't know what the fuck you are.
I'm stronger than love.
I'm going to stop recording.
Oh.
I clicked the stop button.
All right.
I'm kidding. I didn't click the stop button.
Okay. I didn't click it either. Don't worry.
Now I'm going to, though.
Okay.
Wait, are we done?
I don't know.